Tammy Abraham's first Swansea City goal and a double from Leroy there helped Paul Clement's men claim a first victory of the season and reach the third round of the Carabao Cup with a 41 triumph at Stadium MK. The Swans had trailed when Ryan Seager pounced from a defensive error to give League One MK Dons the lead in the 16th minute. But they're levelled with a powerful header just 3 minutes later, and then nodded home his second on the hour mark to set Swansea on way to the first win of the campaign ahead of Saturday's Premier League trip to Crystal Palace. Summer signing Abraham put the icing on the cake by tapping in a Jordan Ayew cross with 20 minutes remaining, before the Ghanaian added a fourth in the dying minutes. Swansea dominated proceedings and the margin of victory reflected the superiority, although there were periods where they made this a harder assignment than it needed to be. Getty Images Europe Clement will be glad of the confidence boost of a win under the belt, and an improvement in the fluency of his side's play in the final third. But he will also know a win against a much-changed League One side will not mean too much when his side travel to Selhurst Park this weekend. But this was a good night's work and there were standout individual performances from the likes of Ayew and Tom Carroll, while Abraham will feel a weight lifted from his shoulders after spurning an excellent early chance. The one downside was a worrying injury to Kyle Batley, who had produced another assured outing in defence before being stretchered off with 8 minutes to go following an aerial challenge. Swansea started brightly enough, Carroll showing some lovely pieces of skill and a well-weighted ball to free Ayew, only for the Ghanaian to frustratingly hit his attempted cross into the nearest defender. The visitors should have led in the 8th minute, there winning back possession to find Ayew, who in turn sent Abraham in on goal. Hugh Evans' agency. The striker lifted the ball over the advancing Uyghur Siersma but saw the ball drift wide of the far post. The teenager really ought to have done better. Veteran skipper for the Night Angel Rangel nearly followed up the memorable link-up at Crystal Palace last season when the Dutchman spotted the full-back's inside run, but the pass was just too strong. It felt like a case of when, rather than if, a goal would come for Clement's men, but they then handed their opponents the opener on a plate against the run of play. Christopher Nordfeldt telegraphed a pass out to Jay Fulton, who was quickly surrounded and dispossessed as he tried to bring down the lofted ball from his keeper. With Swansea suddenly scrambling, Giorgio Rasulo found Seager, who was a late replacement for Kieran Agard but held his nerve to find the net. However, the lead lasted barely 2 minutes. Hugh Evans' agency. A deep cross was retrieved by Rangel and he quickly moved the ball to Fulton. The Scots floated cross perfectly found Furr's late run and the midfielder powered home Swansea's first goal of the season. Swansea began to craft half-chances with regularity. Rangel fired miles over the bar after Carroll and Martin Olsen combined well down a left, as they did all evening. Rangel was in on goal again when he ran onto Fulton's ball over the top, cutting inside to get away a low shot that Siersma got down well at his near post to save, but the home side finished the half strongly, with Edupson forcing Nordfeldt into a diving save with a drive across the face of goal, before the Sweden international acted quickly to parry away a Dean Lewington cross that looked in danger of sneaking in at his near post. Clement had not looked overly enamoured with what he had watched during the opening half, and it was noticeable that Swansea were back out on the pitch quite a while before the second period got underway. Getty Images Europe. The visitors enjoyed plenty of possession during the early stages, with Carroll again heavily involved. The former Tottenham midfielder surged away from 2 defenders and a lofted pass to the back posts nearly found another intelligent forward run from Rangel. But a general lack of tempo and a disciplined Dons rearguard were hindering Swansea's efforts. Siersma frustrated them further by tipping over a dipping strike from Ayew as the hour mark neared, but the keeper could not prevent Ver from putting the Swans ahead for the first time from the resulting corner. Carroll's delivery was on the money and the Dutchman made no mistake as he got across his marker to head home at the near post. Abraham's goal soon followed as Ayew burst past his marker and laid on a close-range finish, and then got on the scoresheet himself with a left-footed effort from the edge of the area. Swansea City pursuing deal for PSV Eindhoven full-back Santiago Arias.